My doctor's son and his lawyer wife presented me with an ultimatum. Hand over my $3.8 million property, or they declare me incapacitated. There are moments in life that hit you like a punch to the gut. Moments so cold, so unexpected they shatter everything you thought you knew. For me, that moment came when my own son, a brilliant surgeon whose hands I'd taught to tie his shoes, and his wife, a lawyer whose entire education I'd paid for, sat across from me with a folder. And inside that folder, an ultimatum. Either I sign over my $3.8 million home, the home I built brick by brick with his mother, or they would have me declared mentally incompetent. Can you believe it? They saw an old man, a problem to be managed, but what they didn't realize was I was about to conduct my final review. It was a late Sunday afternoon, the kind of gentle September warmth that felt like a lingering memory of summer, and I was in the garden, on my knees, tending to Caroline's Carillon roses. They were her favorites, a deep velvety red with a scent that could fill the whole yard. Each bloom was a testament to the 30 years we'd spent in this house, turning soil, pulling weeds, building a life from nothing. The soil felt cool and honest in my hands. Out here, the world made sense. But then I heard a sound that didn't belong, the crunch of expensive tires on my gravel drive. A sound of impatience, of assertion. I didn't even need to look up to know whose car it was. A silver German sedan, the kind that costs more than the first house Caroline and I ever bought. I slowly got to my feet, wiping my hands on my trousers. Daniel and his wife Amelia were getting out of the car. They weren't dressed for a Sunday visit. Daniel wore a crisp polo shirt and tailored slacks, like he'd just left the country club. Amelia was in a sharp, dark pantsuit, her leather briefcase in hand, as if she'd come straight from a hostile negotiation. She was always dressed for battle. I just never thought the battle would be with me. "Dad," Daniel said. It wasn't a greeting. It was an announcement. No warmth in his voice, just a clinical assessment. "You shouldn't be doing that kind of work. You could fall." "I've been gardening for 40 years, Daniel. I think I know how to stand up," I replied, my voice flat. Amelia stepped forward, her heels sinking slightly into the soft lawn. She surveyed the property, her eyes not seeing the climbing roses or the ancient oak tree, but calculating square footage and property value. "Robert," she began, using my first name as she always did, a subtle power play to establish herself as an equal, not a daughter-in-law. "We need to talk about some logistical streamlining. We've been running the numbers, and the upkeep on a property this size for one person is, well, it's fiscally irresponsible." The words hung in the air between us, cold and sharp. Fiscally irresponsible. They had taken the sanctuary Caroline and I had built and reduced it to a line item on a spreadsheet. "The house is paid for, Amelia." "It has been for 20 years, I said, walking towards the stone patio. "I didn't invite them in." Daniel followed, placing a hand on my shoulder. His touch felt proprietary, like a doctor examining a patient without their consent. "Dad, it's not just about the..." Full story video added in below.